welcome to this week's Sam versus Lee. We're Lee and Sam from the FPL Family. This week, we're going to think about our picks for game week 28, the blank game week, the one that we're kind of all dreading, but equally kind of looking forward to.
No, we've planned for it. Don't worry. Got your free hit chip?
Yeah, but I don't need that yet. That's for 31.
That's for later, yeah.
But first of all, of course, before we get into game week 28, let's look back on game week 27 now.
Oh, let's do that. Yes.
I must say, we've done quite well between us this week.
Have we?
We've picked decent players.
Remind me the theme. What was the theme?
Players we don't and haven't yet owned.
And they've all done really well.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. So we don't have these players and they've smashed it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so
Glad to hear.
Let's start with my picks from last week then. So I had Ender Stevens
nice,
for
good
Sheffield
pick.
United.
Very good.
Obviously he scored a goal, got 7 points. Thank you, Ender. Martial, nice pick again, got 8
Very
points.
Very good.
And then FPL Gold from last season in Jimenez got 5 points. So actually total
3 consistent picks, returns from all 3.
Nice.
Boom.
20 points.
Fantastic. Very
happy with that. That's a decent return.
All right.
Was very happy with that till I remembered about your team.
Come on, get in there. Go on.
So you and
the Doc.
Yeah, you obviously had some indication that Wolves were going to change up their formation this week and play like they did last year. So Doherty was going to be on an absolute rampage again.
Right, so what was it? 2 back-to-back clean sheets, or maybe even 3 since Bolly had come in. So I'm like, right, I'll go Wolves defence then, and then I'm probably going to get a bit of upside in Doherty. Didn't bring Doherty into my actual FPL team because he's 6 points something. Got Bolly because I want to save a bit of cash. But in Sam versus Lee, splash the cash, go for the Doc, 10-pointer, get in there. Moving swiftly onto midfield.
The one that I should have said, no, hang on, you can't have this one because you've only not owned him because he's new in the game.
The rules a little bit, yes.
Cheated. Fernandez.
If you say it's cheating, call it out at the time.
Yeah, I should have called it out. To be fair, I should have called it out at the time. 14 points for him this week.
Bruno!
And then the only weak link was one of yours and one of your team as well. In
Bobby
Firmino.
Yeah.
Let me down massively.
Pretty much the only Liverpool FPL asset not to bring any points home in that game because Robbo, Trent assist, the fullbacks again at it,
of course.
Mane at it, Salah at it, but nothing for Bobby unfortunately. Only the 2 points.
So that gives you 26 for the game week, which means that for the first time this season, you now lead.
Thanks mainly to a Man United player.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
6.5 to you, 5.5 to me. I will be back. I'm not having the best of game weeks at the moment, am I? I keep losing to you.
Got to beat you in something, haven't I?
Yeah, but my rank's tumbling. Oh, moving on. This is the week where I'm coming back to get you again. So this week's theme.
Hold on. Me ahead. I need to take a moment here. I'm ahead of you.
Oh, right.
I'm ahead of you. I need to just
pipe down. Right. This week's theme.
Okay, go. Okay. I'm just enjoying it.
You're
so far behind you in actual FPL.
A nightmare.
Go on, this week's theme. Go on.
This week's theme. Commented by James McKay this week.
Thank you, James.
So I thought this was a brilliant one actually.
I liked it.
This
is good.
This one. And it was quite difficult because some of the themes that you commented on in the last week's YouTube channel were actually quite difficult for this week because there's the blank and that means that a number of teams are ruled out and so some of them were just about impossible to pick 3 players from.
Some really good suggestions.
But
this is brilliant from James, but there were some really good ones.
Yeah,
so again,
if we're not using
comments again, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If we didn't use your theme from this week, then definitely comment it again for Game Week 29's video because if we pull it out of the hat next time around.
Absolutely right. Cool.
So yeah, this one from James McKay. Players who have blanked in the last 3 matches.
Okay.
So players that aren't on the best of form at the moment, but we can see doing well in Game Week 28.
Can we define blanked? Is this 0 points or is this...
Oh no, I think just no attacking returns, no defensive clean sheets for the defenders, that sort of thing.
No defensive clean sheets. Midfielders that get 3, 2 and the 1 for the clean sheet. Can you have those midfielders? No, I would say 2 points or less.
What?
2 points or less. That's a true blank. 2 points or less in each of the last 3 game weeks. Go and have a player like that.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you, James. Brilliant suggestion.
Okay, so that's
kick
what
us
we're
off.
going
Go
with.
on, kick us off.
All right, so I'm going with a Chelsea defender for mine. So Aspilicueta. They haven't necessarily been that great, let's be honest, defensively, but tends to be their home form actually at Chelsea that's worse than the away form. They tend to be quite good away from home.
Yeah.
And they're going away to Bournemouth this week, who are not exactly on great form. So yeah, I'm expecting something from him. There's always the attacking potential from the likes of Azpilicueta as well. There's always the opportunity for him to kind of pop up with something. So
Azpilicueta, attacking potential.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. If anything, I would say you've got the likes of Callum Wilson, you've got Harry Wilson, Josh King, I think, coming back from injury.
None of which play in defence.
All of these could score, though, and wipe out your Azpilicueta clean sheet, is what I'm saying.
Nah,
but, all right, okay.
nah.
Well, listen. Well,
when he returns 14 points like Fernandez.
Good Lord.
With a clean sheet and a goal.
I think I would have preferred to have Reece James, actually. Has he got some points in the last 3 weeks?
I think he's got some points in the last 2 weeks. I'm not entirely sure on that.
A
But I fancy Azpilicueta to do well. Look,
I'm getting confident now.
Yeah, what's up with you?
Just about to see you from my perch.
Don't get too big for your boots.
So, in usual Sam versus Lee fashion, we are going obviously defender, midfielder, and attacker.
Yeah.
My defender's a bit out there. Now, bear with me. This is a guy that hasn't kept a clean sheet in his last 6.
Okay.
And this is Brighton's Lewis Dunk. Now, on the back of... So, they're at home, which obviously helps for Brighton when they're at home at the Amex. Now, they're playing a team that's criminally out of form. Now, obviously, Dunk and the Brighton boys are a little bit out of form, especially at the back. Crystal Palace at home.
Okay.
Crystal Palace at home.
Particularly bad away from home, Crystal Palace
now,
as well.
Yeah, and Palace needed that result against Newcastle.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't believe that 1-0 was like gold dust to them last game week. But before that, I think they'd had something like 1 win in the last, like, ridiculous, like 9 or 10 games or something. Might even have been longer in all competitions. Palace fans, get in the comments. Let us know if your team you think are in trouble this year for relegation. I think they'll...
Relegation?
Listen, it's tight down there. It's tight down there. But
don't
nevertheless,
see Palace
Brighton, as well as Palace, actually need the points. Crystal Palace currently on 33, Brighton on 28, and of course the drop zone starts with West Ham on 24 in 18th. So both of these teams need the points to give themselves a bit of breathing space above that relegation zone. This is surely a game that Potter has got his eye on to say, right, not only have we got to win this, this has got to be a clean sheet. Now with Lewis Dunk, you hope you get the clean sheet, obviously at home to Crystal Palace, but also we've seen in previous seasons... Likes a header from a corner. We know from previous game weeks how Vincent Gaeta, it looks a little bit dodgy from corners, likes to drop it in his own net as we saw a couple of weeks ago. So maybe there's a bit of goal threat there as well. So Lewis Dunk from Brighton for me gets the nod.
Okay. In the midfield then, you threw a massive spanner in my plans by saying that it couldn't be a midfielder that's got 1 point for a clean sheet once in the last 3 weeks.
Go on then, so who were you going to have?
So I was going to go with Dele Alli on the basis that...
Oh my... Your allegiance to Dele Alli this season is unbelievable. He's still in your FPL team, isn't he?
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's having strops on the bench. He's not... Really?
I love that. I love the slight
me.
strop on the bench. There's a bit of passion. That's what Spurs need right now.
What, a stroppy Dele Alli?
A bit of passion from somebody, and at least it's coming from somewhere.
Go on then. So you've got another Spurs player.
So I've got... Well, yeah, of course. So, so I've replaced Dele Alli with perhaps the pick on... Now, if he performs, it will be...
A miracle?
No.
Go on.
But it will be very jammy, because in reality, he shouldn't be playing this week. So I'm going with Giovanni Lo
Celso. Oh, that was a red card. How this... Right, let's not turn it into a VAR, but goodness me, that was a red, wasn't it? So even as a Spurs fan, you've got to say.
Yeah, I mean, he should have gone. I'm not kind of denying that. But I'm going to take advantage of it for the purposes of Sam versus Lee. And if I can't have Dele Alli, then I'm going to go with Gio, because I feel like that this is a game, a bit like you were just saying about Brighton, it's a kind of a must-win game. I feel like this, for us, is an absolutely must-win game. It's a home game against Wolves, who are in good form.
Ain't going to be easy, I'm telling you.
It's not. But I feel like it's one of those games. Last week against Chelsea away from home, Mourinho set up very defensively. Left Dele on the bench. It was all about kind of sitting,
flat
holding.
Back five, wasn't it?
Let's make sure we don't concede. And then kind of ran out of ideas when it came to going forward with that team. I had to make the changes, bring on Dele, and then we looked a lot better. This time around, in a home game, that is not going to wash with the Spurs fans. He is going to have to go out there.
I agree with that.
And he is going to have... And against a Wolves side like they are right now, you can't go with a flat back five and hope to keep them out. They're not that kind of team. You're not going to keep them out. So I think Spurs are going to go into that game being particularly attacking. Now, obviously, with Son and Kane both out injured until, well, probably at the end of the season in reality, we're going to need something to step up. Now, in my view, it didn't work against Chelsea last week playing without Dele Alli. We were massively missing something in that kind of forward position. Now, Gio...
Bit of character, nothing else. Bit of identity from Dele Alli coming onto the pitch.
For sure, and I think what Dele does is his movement and his creativity means that it kind of enables the others to do the jobs that they're supposed to be doing. Now, Lo Celso has the potential to do that, and when Dele Alli's on the pitch, he plays 100% better.
Bit
and
deep though, isn't he? Alongside Harry Winks in that midfield.
Not necessarily. It depends who he plays alongside him. If Ndombele's there, then he's going to sit deeper. But I see there being attacking potential there from Lo Celso. Some set pieces as well from him, so that could offer some returns. And we have to be attacking in that game.
I think that'll be interesting to see if he does set up attacking. I think that's going to open the door for the likes of Adama Traore. If you've got Adama Traore in your team,
if he plays
don't get rid. I think he will play him in that game because I think he will realise, Nuno Espirito Santo, that Spurs are vulnerable down those flanks, and I think Traore is going to play.
That.
There is no denying that.
Vulnerable everywhere.
So you're going Giovanni Lo Celso. The faith in Spurs is weakening day by day right now. I'm going to go for another midfielder, who is... honestly, was early season a favourite for me early season. I have had him in my team before. I had him for a long time in my team. And we're talking here about players that have got 2 or less points in the last 3 weeks, so out of form. Well, this guy is criminally out of form. James Maddison from Leicester only scored, I think he's got a handful of FPL points in his last sort of 10 fixtures or something. I remember a goal against Newcastle a few weeks back, which was a worldie, and it got him sort of 10 points maybe on that game week, around the 10-point mark.
A bit come from nothing as well, though, if I remember rightly.
But it was a worldie out of nothing.
Yeah.
Now, outside of that, you expect from James Maddison, or we certainly did see at the early part of the season, all right, you're not going to get goals every week, but he keeps those assists ticking over. We haven't seen it.
No.
We haven't seen it. And if you're holding on to him in your FPL team, because you've got that game week in 28, as a lot of Vardy owners will be, as a lot of Soyuncu owners will be holding on to their Leicester assets for this Norwich game, followed up nicely actually by Villa at home in 29, it's these next 2 weeks that are going to determine, I think, the future of the Leicester assets in our FPL teams.
Sure.
Blanks from Vardy, and I'm telling you, he is gone. Quicker than you can say Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
But you're going to trust Maddison.
But I'm going to trust Maddison on this occasion because, so many people have kept him hanging on to him for this fixture. So Norwich away, as we know, again, really out of form, Norwich, bottom of the league. Hate to say it, Canaries fans, but they do look dead and buried in my opinion. Leicester will be looking to bounce back a little bit from that Man City defeat last game week, and actually did see the green shoots of recovery a little bit from the likes of Vardy, maybe a little bit unlucky in front of goal, Vardy. And Maddison actually was all right and was putting some half-decent deliveries in. On another day, could have got something from that Man City game. So with them showing a little bit of underlying form, I'm going to back James Maddison in that game against Norwich at Carrow Road.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take one of James Maddison's teammates as my striker.
You go Vardy, aren't you?
Oh, I wonder who that might be. I'm going to go with Jamie Vardy. I think...
for all the same reasons.
For everything you've just said, and a little bit more actually, because I think for me... And I've said this a few times when we've been on the FPL show and various other places, and I said it if you've watched this week's Sam Says video. Jamie Vardy is and was absolutely amazing for us as FPL managers pre-Christmas. And a player like that does not turn bad overnight.
True, yeah.
He's had a particularly dodgy run with, the glute injury, the calf injury, the baby coming along. And then Leicester themselves, without Ndidi, just not looking as free-flowing as they were pre-Christmas when there was that quick movement out of defence through to Jamie Vardy up top. Now, we still see Jamie Vardy make the right movements, but he looks so isolated.
Ndidi's not back, though, and Chowdhury's still suspended. How's that going to affect the team?
I agree. But I think there's 2 things that go in Vardy's favour this week. Firstly, the performance against Manchester City. Now, when you look back at Jamie Vardy's performance, there were the green shoots of the old Vardy. So there was that one-on-one with Edison where he hit the post.
Yeah.
There was also, if you look at the stats for that game, use the members area to do this and have a look at the scout notes for this game. Vardy was top for shots in this match, which is encouraging given he's playing against Aguero.
Yeah.
And,
we haven't seen that in recent weeks. Vardy hasn't even been getting the shots away, has he?
Exactly. So the fact that he is now back top for shots in a game against Manchester City where they were playing Mahrez and Aguero and KDB and all those players that you would want, he's top for shots. So there are the green shoots of recovery, and he's playing against Norwich, who defensively aren't great.
Well, the other thing is that Norwich will, especially as they're at home, the crowd will want them to attack. That is their usual MO.
Yeah.
That should leave a bit of space in behind for Vardy. In the same way that Man City did, right? That one-on-one with Edison was because he sliced through that back line. They push up, so he gets that space. That's what Norwich are going to do as well, I think. And I think it will play into the hands of Leicester City.
I hope so.
You hope so, for the sake of this.
For
and
this,
for your FPL
and for my
team.
team.
Absolutely right. Well, I'm going for another player who has got 1, 0 and 2 points in his last 3 games. Now, has been a bit in and out of the side. I think that 0 was because he didn't play in that Manchester United game. And this is Tammy Abraham.
Injury, yeah.
Had a bit of an injury lately. So this is a bit of a risky pick because I don't know whether he's going to be fully fit and back and ready to go. Obviously, as we record, Chelsea are playing Bayern Munich in the Champions League right now. So assuming he gets through that, I'm backing him to do well at the weekend.
Risky.
Now, the fixture does look good. I mean, you mentioned before the fact they're playing Bournemouth. What's interesting about Bournemouth is I do think they've got the potential to score in that game, Bournemouth. Hence, I'm not massive on the Azpilicueta pick.
All right.
But I do think that Bournemouth look very, very suspect at the back. Noticed in the last couple of game weeks, Eddie Howe's team just starting to show the signs of a team that might go down. Honestly, I don't think they are too good to go down, the Cherries. The body language didn't look good. They started not closing balls down out of defence. The defenders started doing the whole kind of, dropping the arms and stuff. And if a misplaced pass goes awry, you see the top teams, they say, right, come on, clap the hands, and they go again. Bournemouth's just a bit like, heads down. I just thought that's bad. And I do wonder, and I do worry for Bournemouth that actually the team and the players that they've got are not necessarily geared up for that relegation scrap. They're not a scrapping sort of team, are they?
No, they're not a scrapping team. They're actually a
nice football side.
They play pretty football. They play nice football to watch.
They've got 1 or 2 scrappers in there for sure, but I just don't feel like, Callum Wilson's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck and score 2 goals in a scrappy 2-0 or 2-1. Yeah, exactly, you hope not. So all goes to say, Bournemouth out form, Abraham back and fighting fit. Did look pretty good in the last game week in terms of his fitness and his ability. He was getting in those right areas again. Obviously a bit out of form, bit of a risk with the injury, but I think if he starts against Bournemouth, I'm backing him for points. So Tammy Abraham.
All right then, so let's just recap. So your team?
So I'm going Lewis Dunk at the back from Brighton. I've got James Maddison in the middle. Now those of the astute of you will notice that actually James Maddison got booked in that Wolves game a couple of weeks ago. So he didn't get 3 points. He got just the 2, so I can have him.
It's borderline cheating.
I can have him. And then I've got Tammy Abraham up front as well. Who did you go for?
All right, so I've got Azpilicueta, nailed on for a clean sheet. Lo Celso and Jamie Vardy.
Nice, all right. So get in the comments below, guys. Let us know what you think. Are you Team Sam or Team Lee? What's the scores? Update us because I just want to hear it again.
You're winning 6.5, 5.5.
Yes. Brutal. Good luck in the next game week, guys. Get in the comments below with the new themes. Yeah, we'll be picking a new theme every week for Sam versus Lee. So let us know what you want us to talk about. Who and how do you want us to pick our players next week? Leave us a like before you go. Hit subscribe on the Fantasy Football Scout YouTube channel and we'll see you very, very soon. Cheers.
Bye, guys.